So today's August 18th. I have no idea why I'm doing this. I'm just at work. As you can see, I'm in my car in the passenger seat on break. And today I just woke up at like 8 or 9 for no reason. And I just I scroll over to my Google feed and it says get ready for the last internal combustion engine Mustang. And I just suddenly hit me that this is it. Uh, Funnily enough, Dodge literally just unveiled, or I don't know if it's a concept or if it's actually a car that they're going to put into production. But the Charger and Challenger aren't sticking around, and I thought they were gonna do like a V6 or something, but apparently not, I guess. And this new EV, I think it was technically a Charger, even though it looked like a Challenger. It had like a it really took artificial sound to the next level. It had a full exhaust note that was obviously fake because it's an electric car. With sort of it sounded like a V8 with a normal, or with a bit of like a V8, or it sounded like a V8 with like an EV twist. And I was just laying in bed, going like, "Wow, this is it. I'm getting screwed," because I am 19 years old, and this car is literally my second car. Uh, so what? By the time I don't know, 30, 35, are there going to be no combustion engines on sale? Maybe. I was thinking, it was like, at some point, is it going to be like, okay, which combustion engines are left on the market today? Is it going to be some situation like that? And that's just a crazy thought to me, because, like, I look at, like, my dad, or really basically anyone, and how long have they had to sort of experience cars? Their whole lives, basically. You know, if you were born in the 60s, you got to witness all the muscle cars of the 70s and the interesting, or the early 70s, I should say, and late 60s, and then the interesting solutions that they tried to do in the 80s to circumvent, emissions and stuff. And then obviously the 90s, which was a golden age. 90s, early 2000s, an absolute golden age before the recession, at least in my eyes. And then 2010s, sort of muscle cars turning into more of a sports car, and obviously not as many. Definitely a lot of fun cars died off, but we're seeing them come back a little. But for how long? Like, how long is it gonna be? How long are they gonna stay for? And it looks like not very long. Granted, I don't know what Ford is doing. Uh, they completely just stopped selling cars here and compacts in the U.S., which is still something is very strange to me today. So I don't know what Ford's doing. Honestly, I don't know. To them, it's probably like, how much longer is the Mustang going to be profitable for? Because I think it's still pretty profitable, but um, it's their only car. So I honestly think that they just might want to be getting rid of it. So maybe I'm overreacting a bit. Maybe. But yeah, I mean, you know the future is going to be electric vehicles. It's not a question of, I mean, you're in denial if you think that, it's just a fad, it'll die off in a couple years. If it's not electric cars, it'll be hydrogen or something else. So it's not a matter of, if, it's just when. So we all knew it was going to happen, but for me, it just sort of suddenly hit that this is happening. And my other thought was like, okay, right, whatever, say by 2030, 2037, 2040, there are no, like, fun internal combustion engines, like enthusiast cars on sale. There's none left. They've all been electrified or been killed off. There's always the used market, right? All the cars that came before. But what's going to happen to I mean, we saw something extremely similar to this, literally 2020, 2021, where people couldn't buy new cars because of chip shortage, blah, 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 inflated prices, whatever. People can't buy the new cars, so then what happens? They look to buy a used car, and then those prices go way up. That's basically the same situation. If enthusiasts can't buy brand new internal combustion engine fun, sports cars, whatever, blah, 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 then they're all going to flock to the used cars. And those are going to potentially be way more expensive. And that's what worries me. And who knows, maybe even by that time, they'll have some insane tax on gas, or I don't know, they'll have smog in every state, like really, 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 I don't know. I mean, who knows? Only time will tell. I could definitely see some sort of price hike in gas, like how cigarettes are, right? Cigarettes don't cost that much to manufacture, but literally before they even get on a store shelves, they're taxed like $1.50, $2 by the federal or state government, I'm not sure. But I mean, the same thing could happen with gasoline, which is not, it's never really that big of a deal for me, it's my opinion that why the hell shouldn't you have an electric car right now? Like, if you give absolutely two shits about driving, then why not buy electric? There's no point not to. It's just more comfortable, it's cheaper to run, you don't have to worry about, there's less moving parts. For most people, it's a good option. I mean, there's the issue of, they're still a little more pricey, but prices are coming down. And as long as you don't need to go super, super, super far, you're fine. So there's no reason not to have an electric car. It's just, so those tips of gas taxes, if they do ever get implemented, would really sway people towards it. So I don't know. I guess that's all I wanted to say. That was a 10-minute video. First video in a while. Food for thought.